ice made of rubber.
How did that happen?
Yo ho ho, he took a bite of gum gum.
But did he really? And now I'm not entirely sure. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are here to talk about One Piece chapter 1043. I am a day late because I did not feel very good over the weekend. So I kind of just had to read the chapter on my own and then sit on my thoughts for a little while until I felt better. I am feeling better now. So this chapter is kind of insane. It's kind like not a lot happens, but what is being set up here is genuinely one of the most awestrucking. It's like it just melts your brain. Now, before I get ahead of myself, I just want to set the stage a little bit. Last chapter, Luffy gets smacked in the face by Kaido after being distracted by the CP0 guy. He is down on the ground. He has lost his form. And at least Kaido, whether he actually is dead, first of all, Luffy's not going to die for real. But whether he's actually dead or not is up for debate. But Kaido has proclaimed that he is dead. This is like, that's it. He even gets an Oda box like saying, winner of the rooftop battle, Kaido. Kaido has effectively won this battle. One thing I will say about this whole situation is I really, really like how Kaido handled everything that went down. There was a million ways that Oda could have taken this whole thing. Kaido was very emotional during his fight with Luffy. He could have started crying, but he didn't. He basically took it in stride and was just like, he's not happy. He's incredibly angry because the fight with Luffy is probably the most fun he's had in a very long time. So he's very broken up, obviously, about having Luffy like been taken out the same way that Odin was taken out. But he kind of just like somberly says to the CP0 guy, so you're prepared for what happens next. And clearly CP0 guy is like, listen, I'm not coming out of this alive. And we see Kaido wind up and then a big explosion on top of the roof. That's all we see. And then after that, basically Kaido goes on a rampage for the remaining of the chapter. It's basically everybody like being in shock and awe about, oh, Luffy got defeated and maybe is also dead. And Kaido's basically just done. His fun with Luffy is over, and now he's pissed and he's just done. Honestly, if it wasn't for how this chapter ended and basically where we are now in the story, I would have said that this would have been an awesome place to end Act 3, right? Because Act 3 is supposed to end with a calamity. It's supposed to end with a tragedy of some sort. I don't know what Oda's going to do. He may not be doing the 5-act structure anymore. Unless he's going to whiz through Act 4 and 5. But it seems like he's doing something maybe different. In any event, Kaido is basically done with the whole thing. Everybody's crying that wanted him to win. Law and Kid are basically like, listen, we're done. We're probably going to die here, but there's no giving up. With like, it's do or die at this point. Everybody, like the hope that Luffy was, everybody's just like, well, that's it. We're probably going to die here. We might as well make our last stand and die as like warriors of swords. I actually really like the lines between Law and Kid. I'm gonna fight Trafalgar. No surrender. No going down. No going out without a peep. Rather. And Law says, "Damn it, Straw Hat," because it's like this should have been it. This should have been it. I'm doing a lot of wind up here. Let me just jump to the end here because really the biggest thing in this chapter is the very last 2 pages. Zunisha. So Zunisha's on the scene. Zunisha's talking to Momo. And we get this, like, okay. Think of the song Overtaken that's used for the anime whenever like Luffy is like whenever the Straw Hats are about to do something really cool, right? And it's like the dun 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 dun, that song, but being played over this scene of Zunisha telling Momo that while Luffy's voice is gone now. Effectively, again, he's dead. But Zunisha then says, Momo, I can hear it. How long it's been? And Momo's like, wait, what, Zunisha? I hear the drums of liberation. And a lot of people are thinking that maybe the drums from Overtaken at the very beginning are the drums of liberation. I hear the drums of liberation. For the first time in 800 years, he is here. Joy Boy has returned. And the last panel of the chapter is Luffy like melting. And he's got a grin on his face. And the last time we see him is like a page earlier. And his eyes are blacked out. He's not whited out. He's not knocked out. He is. I get the feeling that it's the kind of thing where it's like maybe he did actually die. And now this is a resurrection kind of thing. And the devil fruit that he ate, whatever it's actually called, because it's not the gum fruit specifically. It might be, maybe that's only half of its name. And I'll get to that in a second. Either way, this was an incredibly powerful ending to the chapter, and I'm very mad at Oda for ending it and then having a 2-week break. And then apparently there's like a natural like Shonen Jump break after the next chapter comes out. So we're going to have 2 weeks of no One Piece, and then another 2 weeks of no One Piece. I'm not happy about that. Now, there are a number of things that are clear from this chapter. One, Luffy's devil fruit is definitely not simply the gum fruit or the Gumu Gumu no Mi. That's not its name. Between the Gorosei saying that there was a devil fruit that they renamed and it hasn't been awakened for a very long time, that tells me it's Luffy's, given what we are seeing here. Given that it was it was originally being transferred to the world government by CP9 with Who's Who, and it's been given such reverence, given the fact that they specifically told the CP0 guy, you have to go kill Luffy right now because they're afraid of what he's going to become. There's no doubt in my mind that this is the devil fruit that they renamed and that there's something hidden about it. Now, here is the dealio. I do not typically like watching other content creators before I get to reviewing and giving my own opinions on these chapters, because I want to come in with a fresh mindset and I don't want to be influenced by others. I didn't have that luxury this time because I was feeling sick. So I ended up watching Roger's Base, and they came up with an idea. Him and his commenters came up with an idea. What if Luffy's devil fruit is actually not just simply rubber, but it is from a rubber tree, and it's like the resin, it's like a resin fruit or something, because the rubber tree, if you don't know, a lot of like latex and rubber products can be made from the liquid that comes out of rubber trees. That's why they're called rubber trees, I think. And specifically in this case, maybe the Brazilian rubber tree, which Oda has said that if Luffy was a real person, he would be from Brazil. It kind of makes a whole lot of sense. And on top of that, apparently in one of, I don't know if it was an SBS. I don't know where exactly it was, but it was a question answered by Oda about what kind of rubber Luffy is. Is it natural or is it man-made? And Oda said it's natural. So maybe he has a resin fruit, or maybe it's like, not like, I realize that they don't have, typically it's not like there's no model versions for anything other than zones. But what if it's like a rubber fruit model rubber tree? I don't know. Like maybe it's a weird, maybe it's a weird paramecia devil fruit that's like, I mean, a special paramecia, right? That has a model to it, where it's like, it's not just a regular rubber fruit, it's a rubber fruit that is a model rubber tree, and that allows it to be so flexible. It can harden, it's flammable, which explains Luffy's ability to burn things, and he set himself on fire. It's not just normal rubber, it is something very, very specifically different, and that would explain why he is melting here and changing form of some sort. I'm wondering what he's gonna look like. Now, I think one of the biggest things that people are wondering about is if Luffy is dead, and clearly Zunisha is talking about Joy Boy, is Joy Boy possessing Luffy's body, or is he just recognizing Luffy awakening his devil fruit and seeing that as a similarity between him and Joy Boy? Because clearly Joy Boy is also a title and not just a specific person, I think. So the question remains is, the next time we see Luffy, is he going to be himself, but just with an awakened devil fruit? Or is he going to be going the way of a Naruto or a Ichigo or literally any other shonen protag that has a hidden ghost spirit possessing their bodies? One thing I would like to plug, though, is I made a video about what I thought the origins of the devil fruits are. I will leave a link to that. Now, I'm a little off there because I specifically said that I didn't think that Luffy's devil fruit specifically was special. However, obviously now there is something very specific about it, and it is special in some way. So I kind of have to retract that a little bit, but I made a very specific point about how the devil fruits are made and how they are effectively like what makes them devil fruits is the essence of an original person. I get more into it in the video, so go check it out. It's not a perfect theory, but I felt very strong about it. And I feel like I'm still onto something a little bit there. Now, in my opinion, I honestly hope that Luffy's not being possessed by anybody. I just hope that it's like his heart's been restarted by whatever, the devil fruit, whatever. And that it's just like, oh, he's going to get back up, he's going to show up, and it's going to be him. And it's not going to be, oh, like Joy Boy, the original Joy Boy is somehow controlling his body. I hope that's not the case. It might be, but I hope it's not the case. I won't be too disappointed if it is. I just would prefer it just being like, oh, it's Luffy, but now he's awakened his devil fruit. This chapter, honestly, kind of threw me for a loop. Now, granted, I had expected the next time we see Luffy for him to awaken. I had expected Luffy to be knocked down, Kaido and the CP0 guy to maybe exchange a few words here and there, and then suddenly for them to have a shockwave of whatever coming at them and for Luffy to awaken right then and there. However, that's not how it really went. Kaido just he yeeted the CP0 guy, and then he kind of just made his way and was like, I'm done with this. My plan is going through. All of you are done. We're over this. Only for Luffy to awaken his devil fruit. So not exactly the same order of events, but I'm not mad about it. This chapter sets us up for so much cool stuff to happen. I'm so excited to see what happens. I don't know what else to say. I am absolutely just so excited. I can't wait to see what happens. I can't believe Oda is making us wait 2 weeks. I want to know what you guys think. What do you think his devil fruit actually entails? What do you think is going to happen next? Do you think he'll be possessed by Joy Boy? Or do you think it's more of just like a feeling that Zunisha has where it's like, oh, he hasn't felt the devil fruit that Luffy has been awakened since 800 years prior. So now it feels like Joy Boy's back, but really it's just Luffy. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section, and leave a like if you enjoyed anything I had to say. I will see you guys in another video hopefully soon. So long.